As I promised you that I will cover 2 chapters today. So I already completed chapter number 7, and since the chapter number 11 is very short, it can be completed only in 5 or 7 minutes. So I thought of taking the chapter number 11. So let's start. The chapter 11 is nothing but a capital and the revenue expenditure for any company. How the company runs? It runs through the income or expenditure. For any company, only the income or the expenditure transactions are recorded, or assets and liabilities are mentioned. But in the profit and loss account, the income and expenditure are taken into concern. So in the company, when the income and the expenditure are taking place, we are taking two things into account: capital, and this income is also called the receipt, and this expenditure you can call it expenditure. So income are of two types: capital receipt or revenue receipt. Expenditure of two types: capital expenditure, revenue expenditure. If you read somewhere in the newspaper that in the budget that government introduces these things only, so government consider India as its own company, so they introduce like at the income in the form of taxes they got, and the expenditure, the subsidies or the government schemes they introduced. This is nothing but the same thing, but we are doing at a very smaller level, or the company's level. So income, the capital receipt. How the capital receipt? What is the capital receipt or the capital income? First of all, I would like to distinguish between capital and revenue. What is the meaning? The capital is nothing but for a very large amount or involved, or for the very long period of time, then we can say it a capital. But revenue for a very short period of time, and there is no assets have been created. In the capital, some assets are involved or the liabilities are involved, but in the revenue, the assets are not created at all. We will understand this with an example so that it would be easy. Say for company incomes, how the company earns. Let's say the company have given loans, okay, and these loans are nothing but an asset to the company, because these assets brings some amount as an interest or EMI to the company. So when the loans are given for, let's say, to the Tata for 10 years, so whatever the interest they are getting yearly is nothing but a capital receipt. No, sorry, the interest they are getting is nothing but for a shorter period of time. Let's say for 1 year the interest has been received, so it will be counted in the revenue income, because it's taken for the short period of time and small amount is involved. The interest is nothing but a very small amount. But if the Tata paid the loan principal amount, is nothing but taken in the capital receipt. Okay, when a loan is paid back after some years, then it's a capital receipt. And if the interest is paid, or let's say the company has invested some amount to some of the shares or invested somewhere, so they will receive some dividend, so this will be counted in the income. Similarly, expenditure, the capital expenditure is nothing but let's say buying of a building. Here the assets are created, building is nothing but an asset, so expenditure takes place. Let's say buying, let's say our PNB has recently in the 2017 or 18, I think, yes, in 2018 January they bought Finacle. So this is nothing but a capital expenditure. They expense, the amount goes out, and they created one asset which is nothing but a Finacle. So this is a capital expenditure which is for longer period of time and large amount of money involved. Similarly, the revenue expenditure, what the revenue expenditure tells about, it's a day to day, let's say, operational cost, like the monthly electricity bill, they have to expense it, they have to pay to the electrification department. So this is nothing but a revenue expenditure. So that's it. This is only this much is there in our course book, so we will discuss it here. At large extent they will ask the example, which I already mentioned. I told you how to demarcate, and when you solve so much of questions from the chapters, you will, the pictures will get clear to you, everything will be get clear to you. So practice is very much important. Another, if you have any doubt, you can ask in our group, the Facebook group, where the doubt are cleared, or if you message or post it in the group, it will be cleared whenever I find the time, I will try to clear that. Okay, that's it. Thank you.